What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Nitro Gaming, and it's an earlier upload to the channel than what we're used to, but that's because the content in FC 25 Ultimate Team is dropping earlier than we've ever seen it in Ultimate Team history, dating back all the way to FIFA 09. We've never seen a new promo drop at 8 a.m. UK, which is 3 a.m. my time. It's about 2 hours away. By the time you're watching this video, as long as you're part of the notification squad, it'll be closer to 1 hour away from the Ballon weekend beginning. And if you are part of the notification squad, you're watching this video within the first hour of it coming out, let me know in the comments down below. But we're going to get two special Ballon d'Or player themed player picks. These are going to be very juiced cards. They're insane. I'm going to show you them today, but they're basically team of the year cards in November, and you're going to get to use them all weekend for objectives, but they're not going to be tradable or cards you can keep for a while. They're not going to be in the store, just from these special player picks for the weekend. Now, that might be a bit of a buzzkill. You might be saying, oh, well, if they're only loans, that's not that exciting. And you might be, have an argument for that. They aren't that exciting as just loan cards. But I don't think you guys realize how much content is actually on the way. We've not only got the Ballon d'Or weekend upon us, something new we've never seen before, but we've also got Centurions as a promo coming. We have Centurions icons, and then we also have the very first ever FC 25 player SBC that is an icon, on top of two just massive player SBCs otherwise, and a huge casino SBC evolutions. Will all of this content coming all at about the same time crash the market? That's the question we need to ask ourselves, and well, I'm going to answer it in today's video. But if you need some extra coins for all of these big SBCs on the way, I'd recommend checking out Loot Bar. Not only are they already cheaper than the other platforms, but when you use my code NITRO, you're going to get another 8% off of that, and 5% more coins than what you bought. You can even buy specific players on their site now too. It has great reviews, big creators use it, and you get your coins within a few minutes. So if you need quick coins, Loot Bar is the place to go. Our first player icon SBC of the year is here, and it's not a base icon upgrade. It's not a max 88 icon. It is just Juan Sebastian Veron, who quite frankly isn't the most exciting icon to get. I feel like everything about this promo so far has been like, oh, we're just right there from it being absolutely insane. I mean, if they dropped somebody like, I remember David Beckham was the icon SBC that dropped first last year, maybe it was the year before. Juan Sebastian Veron is going to be okay. It depends on what they price him at. Of course, icons get the better chemistry, and if this card is Gullit Gang, then fair enough, but like, I just don't know if it's that hype of an SBC, how many people are going to actually go out and do that. But at the exact same time, it does help preserve the power curve. If we drop huge, great icon SBCs super early, like Jairzinho one year, where everybody was using that Jairzinho for months and months and months. At the time it came out, it was a bit too overpowered. Maybe this is the way to go so that by March and April, the game isn't completely dead. So this is coming to the game, but we're not just going to get this as an SBC, because we also are going to get an end of an era Kelly O'Hara. So this card is going to be another NWSL card, just in case you didn't have enough of them yet. Now, if you thought, okay, maybe I go out and invest in some NWSL cards, I mean, maybe it'll work, but I just don't really suggest it, because of the fact that there's everybody who already has Alex Morgan or has Trinity Rodman, maybe untradeable, or has just bought her a couple of weeks ago because she links to all of the other NWSL SBCs. We had Dunn, the center mid or left back card. We've had so many of these American NWSL players already that the only people that are really going out and doing this Kelly O'Hara SBC are going to be the people that already have those kind of squads. It's not people that are going to be like, oh my God, that card is just that spectacular. I need to go build my entire team around this right now. And they go out and buy these tradable cards. Not to say that those cards won't move a little bit, but I would just be a little bit careful, because with all the content coming today, we could actually see the market coming down. Now, this isn't the only player SBC, because we're also going to get Inaki Williams, who obviously his brother got an SBC earlier this year that was terrible value. I've been using Inaki Williams in my squad, and he's actually still in my team. I'm kind of embarrassed to show my squad. Where even is my controller? There it is. I'm kind of embarrassed to show my squad because I haven't upgraded it in like maybe 2 weeks, and it's a bit outdated right now. I need new outside mids, and that Inaki Williams is sitting on 1 chemistry, given the fact that he is Like, he is incredible in game, but he doesn't get good chemistry in my team. Neither does Kingsley Coman. It's not a great squad, and I feel like these gold cards like Koundé and Van de Ven, who were incredible at the beginning of the year, are not really the cards we need in our squad. Now we're looking at cards like Saliba, Virgil van Dijk, or something even better than those. I mean, there's not that many cards better than those. But let me know what you would improve in my squad. Which players should I go out and do? Which SBCs should I go out and do to actually improve my team right now? Because I understand that it's a little bit outdated. Now, what I will say is this guy stays, all right? Lautaro Martinez is cracked, and he does not leave my team. So as long as he stays in the squad and Maicon stays in the squad, I'm open to any suggestions whatsoever. But back to the player SBCs, we've got ourselves Inaki Williams as well. And so there's a lot of big player SBCs on the way, and there's also a Darwin Nunez SBC. Now, we talked about that in the last episode. I don't know if I have a picture of it pulled up, but we do have Darwin Nunez also coming to the promo. There he is, right there. Centurions SBC, Darwin Nunez coming in. We just had Andy Robertson as an SBC, and he was Liverpool. This is another Liverpool player coming as an SBC very soon, so maybe a shift. Liverpool links, Virgil van Dijk, maybe the new Luis Diaz Trailblazers card. Those links, possibly a little bit of movement there. Could look into it, especially if the market crashes today on everything. Then the cards that might rebound the most are cards that get those complimentary links. But I wouldn't just invest blindly in these links at this point, just because the market is so volatile at this current moment. And our team of the week, not team of the week, but our division rival rewards didn't go up as much this week as they have previous weeks. I lost some coins on a few different cards, but as you can see, there was still a nice rebound right here on Thursday going into Friday. So we made some coins, but the market crash that happens on Wednesdays didn't go down nearly as much. As you can see, the market was it was about 42 points on the index, and it went down to about 39, almost 40. I think at the lowest point, it was about 39 on the lowest point after rival rewards, which is only 3 points lower than it was the day before at its very peak and at its very lowest valley. That is not that significant of a crash. When you compare it to other weeks, where you look at the difference between Tuesdays and Wednesdays, you've got yourself 74.22 points all the way down to 65, and that's just the average for the day. Those cards went from 74 points to 65, which means that the market may have been at 77 at one point and then at 61 at one point on Wednesday and Thursday morning. So those were much bigger market crashes early October, mid-October. This week, not nearly as much, and it seems to be happening at a lower and lower rate every single week. So will rival rewards trading become less effective as the year goes on? Will it start to die out? Maybe, because we didn't make nearly as many coins this week as we have in previous weeks. And when you look at some of the cards that you might invest in for the metas like Saliba, this card didn't rise into Friday. If you take a look at the hourly graph yesterday, the card did go up from 118 to about 130 at one point. And this was even before rival rewards and then during rival rewards. He hit 130, but he dropped into Friday. He's now at 120,000 coins. Normally, we see that card sitting at 135. Like, if the trend had stayed the same, this card would be at about 135 to 140K. It did not happen the same way this week. And I just do think that these cards could go lower because, of course, we are getting Centurions dropping today. The Centurions cards are pretty good, and there's so many of them. So I think that they're going to drop this into two different teams. Last year on Centurions, what they did was they took about half of these players here, and then they also took about half of these players here, and they put them into one team, and then they split it up again the next week. So we might get like 6 icons each week, right? So 6 icons the first week, and then we get 10 of these cards on the first week. And so we still get a decent amount of cards in total, but are you going to pack one of the icons? No, you're not going to pack any of the icons. Let's bring it back down to earth, okay? Nobody packs the icons, okay? Maybe you'll pack an icon. I won't. Let's just face it. I won't pack the icons. You guys have seen my pack luck. But there's some pretty good cards in here, like Rodri, Hansen, Son. His gold card actually did pretty well because people expecting that card to go up a lot while he's out of packs. I don't know if that'll be the case because he's been in packs for, month and a half now. We're getting closer to 2 months into the game since early access. Rafael Leao is going to be super expensive. His gold card is still ridiculously expensive. And even some of the lower cards, I mean, if these stats are accurate, which I'm not sure they are, I mean, Weston McKennie is part of the Gullit gang. He's got 80 plus on every single stat. USA player in the Gullit gang, we will be there. I don't know if that's the first time a male American has had 80 plus stats on every single card this early in the year. But that's pretty nice. I know we had Dunn as the SBC a couple weeks ago. I'm pretty sure she had 80 plus on every single stat. But good cards in this promo, good icons in this promo. And what I will say is that the icons are normally very, very good for Friday flips. If you want to buy some of these cards on day one, obviously timing it, very difficult. But if you do get it right, there's a couple windows. Normally in the first hour, there might be a window, a couple hours after release, and then definitely into the night. If you buy before those cards go up into the night, maybe 6 hours after the content release, and then you hold it for a few hours, these cards get super rare into the night. And so I expect these cards to be very, very good to trade with today on Friday. So we've got all of that content coming to the game today. And we talked about how the market could go lower, but what cards could go higher? Well, we could also get ourselves some fodder increase in price. Now today we're going to see a couple of packs open, people maybe saving their rewards. And so at content release, we could see these cards go slightly down, but not only are we going to get big player SBCs, but we're also going to get ourselves a base icon SBC coming at some point this weekend, probably on Sunday. And when you're looking at 86 rated cards at 9,000 coins, if they go under 9K, pull the trigger. I would say buy some of these cards. 87 rated cards under 13,000 coins. Don't overspend, but there's really not much of a chance that they go too much lower with all of the SBC content that's on the way. And I think a lot of the people that really invested heavy in fodder last week and the week before have probably sold off a lot of that. There's not too many people who are just so deep on fodder that they have their entire transfer list full. They're unassigned by 1,000. I don't think that that's the case anymore, which gives us a better opportunity for a spike on these cards. 88s are right now 16.75. I mean, we've seen those cards spike to 20K constantly. I mean, if you can get those cards for 16K, there's not a lot of risk involved. And then one card that kind of piques my interest now is Rodri. Given the fact that he is 41K, that is towards the lower point of what we've seen him at, because he kind of hovers between 41 and 43,000 coins. He doesn't really get much lower than that. And that's the only fodder card at 91 rated. So if that Veron icon SBC needs an 88 rated squad or an 87 rated squad, or if any of the player SBCs require some higher ratings, then you could see Rodri spike up a little bit, because the next cheapest card for 91s is Erling Haaland at 54K. Now I expect that Haaland card to come down a little bit, but I also expect the Rodri card to go up a little bit. So given the fact that it's out of packs, could be an idea. I don't think it's going to spike just automatically on day one of him being out of packs, but as he's out of packs for, 3, 4, 5 days, we could start seeing that card go up in price. So keep an eye on that right there. And then for fodder cards, we are back to 850 coins on bid for 83 rated cards. If you can buy them for 850, fantastic. If you want to buy now for 900, I think that's fine as well, because those cards are definitely going to sell for well over 1,000 coins at some point in the next week. I think they'll spike up to like 1.3K, and you'll probably be able to sell to lazy buyers for about 1.6, 1.7. So I do think that there's a big return on investment. You might say, okay, that's only 600 coin profit, 700 coin profit. And you're right, but think about if you were to buy 1,000 of those cards. And so you've spent 900K, and now you sell all of them at, let's say, 1,500. You just went from 900K to 1.5 million coins. So it is a lot of dirty work. It's blue collar work for sure. Takes some time, but it's definitely worth it with these 83 rated cards. So that's my next suggestion for those fodder cards. Now let's talk about Trailblazers Team 2. They're going out of packs today. Are they going to spike in price just like Team 1 did? Team 1 did spectacular out of packs. Are these cards going to be the same? It's risky. I don't know for sure, but there are some cards in here that just seem too low to be true. You've got cards like Dennis Mann, who is a very usable Serie A right mid. We know a lot of people have Serie A teams. He's 15.5 thousand coins with 95 pace and some okay stats along with it. He does only have 3-star weak foot, so I'm not saying he's spectacular, but given the fact that he is that cheap, it's hard to believe that he won't go up at least some over the course of him being out of packs. And when we see Team 1, who went up out of packs so well, like Jean Deran, it's hard to think that these cards won't do at least something. But everybody can't go up like Jean Deran. That card almost doubled in price while he's been out of packs. And cards like Mingueza haven't really done as well out of packs. He's 17,000 coins. His lowest point was about 14,000 coins and 15K on average for the day. But take a look at the hourly graph. He did hit 13.5 after Rival Rewards, 14,000 coins. He is up in price, but it's not significant like Jean Deran's card is. And you even have cards like Anthony Robinson with the introduction of the Andrew Robertson. So we had a new Premier League left back. That card has started to go down in price because of that, and evolutions, of course, are affecting these cards. So it is risky to go in on these Trailblazers cards. So what I would suggest with the new team of Trailblazers is maybe wait until content on Friday. See which direction things are going. If these cards are coming down, if the Ballon d'Or cards start to crash the market for these, then maybe there's going to be a window towards the end of the weekend for these. Because if everybody's using those loan cards, let's say you've got yourself a Bremer, right? And you're using him in your team, he's 515,000 coins. Yet, if you go over here and then you end up packing yourself or choosing the Saliba card for the weekend, you're going to take that Saliba and you're definitely going to use that card. You don't really have a need for the other center backs in your squad. So you're going to sell the center backs in your team and you're going to use that Saliba instead, which could cause these cards to go down momentarily. And so that's going to cause these Trailblazers, even though they're out of packs today, to go down even lower because you're using these loan cards. But again, they are loan cards. They expire at the end of the weekend. And so once these expire and people can't use their Trinity Rodman, they can't use their Vinicius Jr. or their Rodri anymore, once that happens, then they're going to have to go to the market and they're going to have to buy those players back into their team to fill the gap. So I think that maybe these cards could crash the market a little bit because people are going to get themselves a loan card for the weekend. They're not going to need the tradable cards. But again, it's only momentary. And I think come Monday, we see a really nice recovery to the market. So it's not about if we invest. We're definitely going to invest this weekend. It just comes down to, do we want to invest on Friday or do we want to wait until later in the weekend? I personally, I'm probably going to wait until Saturday and see. I do go out of town starting on Sunday, so you might see a few less videos in the next week. And that's mainly the reason I won't buy on Sunday is because I just won't be home. I'll have to be on my companion app. But I'll definitely be giving you guys updates over on Twitter whenever I have cell service and all of that on @NitroFooty. Help me hit 15,000 followers over there. That link is down below, as well as the live trading service. So that's it for the Trailblazers. What about Team of the Week 7? Those cards went out of packs. They have been doing okay out of packs. Openda's down a little bit, but Inigo Martinez is looking healthy. And so this card is not that expensive yet. I think at 25,000 coins obviously was the best time to buy that card on Saturday, but he's been slowly rising ever since he started rising after Weekend League. And you can see that even though we've seen a nice little market drop on Wednesday and Thursday, this card did not participate. He's still at 32,000 coins. I think this is a card that definitely does well out of packs. It's trending in the right direction. Now, if you take a look at some of the lower rated Team of the Week cards here, you can see you've got Tarsian, you've got Arktikoglu, you've got yourself Yildiz. How many people are using those in their squads? Nope, nobody uses those in their squads. Okay, I mean somebody, but probably nobody. These cards are fodder, and they're all the way up to nearly 14,000 coins right now. And something new about the Team of the Week, and it started yesterday started 2 days ago with Team of the Week 8. Take a look at the lowest rating for these Team of the Week cards. The lowest rating is now 83. And we're going to get bigger upgrades to 2 players per week, which I'm not actually sure which ones they are this week. It might be Gyökeres, but last year they had a star on them, and I don't see the star this year. Either way, a couple of them get super boosted, basically. So 2 of them per week get super boosted, and then the rest of them are going to be at least 83 rated. So if you go back to all of the other Team of the Weeks, all the way back to the beginning of the year, and you look at some of the lower rateds, I think these cards actually are going to do pretty well out of packs, because if people are looking on futbin and saying, okay, I need an 82 rated team of the week to complete this, there's not going to be any in packs. And even though it doesn't make much sense for the 82s to be more expensive than the 83s, I'm telling you right now, they will be, because people don't look. They don't do their research. They don't know the market like somebody who watches my videos knows the market. They will just blindly buy those 82 rated cards, despite the fact that there's a cheaper 83 on the game. And so maybe go ahead and club stock, which means buy one of every single low rated or really cheap team of the week card, all the way back to team of the week 1. Don't spend more than $14K. Try to get them for like $13,500 or $13,750, and just put one of each in your club, and you just wait and wait. And I promise you, eventually, that's going to work out really well for you. And you can decide when to sell. But given the fact that we've got a lot of SBCs on the way, and when everything else seems to be dropping, even the fodder cards, we looked at 86 rated a few minutes ago, even when the fodder cards dropped pretty hard with the rival rewards and with this little market crash that we're getting going into Friday, this is not normal. This does not happen on Friday mornings normally. Normally it's the other direction. And so everything seems to be going down pretty hard right now. Other than I guess these cards for the I'm guessing an evolution that I haven't seen yet. But everything's going down. The inform cards haven't been, and all of the inform cards are about 14,000 coins. Now, if you want to go heavy, if you want to go more than a club stock, then you could just go out and just buy a bunch of like 84 rated cards or 83 rated cards from this team of the week. You could go out and buy just a bunch of Eras cards or maxi buyers. You could buy a bunch of those if you want to go really heavily into team of the weeks, because I do think that, yeah, there's probably going to be some good things happening over the course of the weekend. But just understand that if the squads or the squad building challenges don't require a lot of team of the weeks, then you do have champ rewards, which are going to supply some of this onto the market. So not to say that they can't drop a little bit, but I am saying that there is a lot of upside to team of the week cards right now. Anyways, guys, that's it for today's video. Enough waffling. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments below. And if you're excited for this promo, go ahead and type down below, especially if you made it to the end of the video, type Ballon d'Or hype in the comments down below. Ballon d'Or hype if you're excited for this new promo, a combination of so many different cards all at once, and drop a like on the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.